Hi and welcome to the 21st episode of the This is Reportage podcast. My name is Alan Law, I'm the founder of This is Reportage and I'm a wedding photographer too. Today I'm really excited to have the fab Valter Antunes with us. Based in Portugal, Valter was ranked joint second in our top photographers of 2019 with a remarkable haul of 12 awards, including 4 story awards during 2019. Stick with us today as Valter talks about his journey from musician to wedding photographer, how he gets his incredibly intimate captures of brides and why he's known by quite a few photographers in Portugal as the naked bride photographer, time versus money, why he switched from Canon to Sony, his slightly unusual fear, Instagram tips, and so much more too. And by the way, this episode was recorded almost 2 months ago now, so that's why there's no mention of coronavirus in the episode. It's a very kind of upbeat, generally happy and quite a funny episode, so I hope you enjoy this bit of lightheartedness during this time at the moment as well. Hi Valter, how are you?
Hello, Alan. How are you?
I'm really good, thanks. Yeah, great. Well, good. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks for joining us all the way. You're in Portugal, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Thanks for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh man, it's
Talking
awesome.
to you.
Awesome to talk to you. What are you up to at the moment? It's a quiet season, I guess?
I've got all my work done from last season, and I'm just relaxing and watching movies and just staying on sofa all day.
That sounds good, man. You got to have a break. You're a busy man normally, so it's good.
Yeah, I did quite a lot of weddings last year, and this year I'm gonna do a bit less because it was just too much. So I've decided that this year I'm gonna just calm down for a bit.
I think that's
So
good. Good idea.
yeah,
And have you watched any good movies recently?
I've watched a lot of good movies, a lot of bad movies. I've watched just everything. I put Netflix on and I just watch everything that comes up. And so that's been my life for the past couple of weeks, just watching everything.
That sounds good, man. Honestly, it does sound good. I went to see 1917 recently. That was brilliant. That was so
Oh,
good.
I've heard about that. Yeah, but
It
I
is.
haven't watched it yet.
So I just want to say a massive congratulations on coming joint second on our top photographers of 2019. That's
Yeah,
awesome, man.
that was crazy. I don't know how I got that.
It's because you're so good.
No, it's not. I was just lucky, I think.
No, man, it's not
Well,
luck.
when I saw my name like on second, I was like, oh no, this must be wrong. Helen just got it all wrong now.
No, man, it's totally deserved. Your work is brilliant. I
I
mean,
was really happy with that. Yeah.
oh, it's so good. And you can't be looked like with you won 12 awards and 4 of those were story awards. There's no luck in that.
Yeah, the story awards that really makes me happy because it's so hard to get a story award. Because 20 pictures it makes it a lot harder. So I was really happy with the story awards. And the other pictures. I mean, it was nice moments that I got, and I think those nice moments just happen, and I'm there to capture them.
That's
So
that's a very modest way though, but it isn't because great things happen at weddings all the time, but people don't capture them, and you do. It's really great work, man.
yeah,
It is.
yeah. Well, I think that's what I think. I think at every wedding, a lot of stuff happens, and I think the problem is that sometimes maybe because we're tired, or maybe because we just we just sit back a bit to relax, and we miss all those moments because every time something is happening, and we just gotta be ready. Just never put your camera down and just be looking for stuff, and in all those quiet moments. In the quiet moments, there's always something happening, and I'm just looking for them all the time. I never stop looking them.
That's
Uh,
cool.
uh, yeah,
That's very cool. And did it come naturally to you, this? Because I think before getting into weddings, you were, and you still are a musician, isn't that right? You play the bass?
yeah. I'm a musician. Well, I was, and I still am. But I was a musician all my life. I started playing. At about 4 years old.
Oh wow.
Um,
What were you
and
playing?
then
What, the bass when you were
no,
4? Or?
I started with drums.
Oh,
So
cool.
so at 4 I was already doing shows with my dad.
Oh, nice. Really cool.
Yeah, and so I was a musician all my life, and then I went to live in London for a while, where I was studying music.
Oh, cool.
And then photography just came by accident. I mean, I've been a photographer for about seven years. This is probably my seventh year shooting weddings.
Right.
And it was just an accident. I bought a
How?
camera.
What?
Well, I just bought a camera to photograph my kids. My second my second son was getting born, and I thought, well, I'm gonna buy a camera. So I bought a camera, and it was really expensive to me. Like I spent like £700 on a camera. That was crazy. So I thought, okay, I've got to become a photographer. I wanna get this money back. So I started studying photography on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Watching a lot of videos on YouTube, and became a photographer.
You
That
make
was
it sound so easy.
Well, nowadays it's easy.
Mm.
It's all there on the internet. You just gotta search for all the information, and it's all there.
Did
Um,
you make your own website and things, or did you?
so I just I knew how to do websites and all that. So I did my own website. I put it online, and that was it. Then work started coming, and
Yeah,
I
great.
became a photographer. But it was an accident. I never thought I would become a photographer ever.
Right, okay. Yeah. You've gone from one creative industry to another creative industry though. So I guess that creativity's always been in your blood.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's still an art. So I started with art, and this is still an art. So it wasn't a big difference. It wasn't like I was a cook and then I became a photographer. So I think it's all related. So
Are
not,
you?
now I don't play that much now. I play mostly on winter. I
Oh,
do
okay.
concerts in winter
Oh, do
because
you? Cool.
there's less weddings. Yeah. So usually from December until March, I do some weddings, some concerts. So
Oh, cool. Okay. Wow. In Lisbon or in Portugal over?
yeah, all over Portugal. Yeah.
Oh, wow, cool. You ever so when you studied in England, did you play, I guess you were playing gigs in London as well, did you?
Yeah, yeah. I was playing in London, and after college, I was a busker.
Oh, cool. Did you?
Yeah,
I did a bit of busking as well
yeah,
in Manchester. Where
I
did you
did.
bust?
Tube stations in London,
Oh, did you?
mostly,
Cool.
yeah, mostly Oxford Circus Station
Oh,
and
wow.
Green Park Station. So I did that for about 2 years. I was there every morning for 2 years.
Oh, wow. Cool. And
Uh,
what were you,
yeah,
what, the bass or guitar, or what were you doing?
no, I was playing guitar when my brother was playing kind of I don't know how you call that instrument. It's like a melodica. Do you know what it is?
Oh, okay. I think
It's
so.
like it's like a keyboard, but you blow into it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, how was that? Did you make much money? I guess you must have done if you did it for 2 years.
Yeah, we did quite a lot of money. I mean, I don't know how it is now, but at that time we would make like 150 pounds an hour. So
An
that was,
hour.
yeah. So that was a
Wow.
lot of money for us.
Yeah.
At least for us, it was.
Wow.
Um,
Man, are we not tempted just to do that forever? That's a good hourly rate.
well, yeah. I mean, there was one time that I was also a music teacher at a music school in South London. And
Okay.
I did a lot more money busking than being a teacher. So, but no, I could do both because I would do busking in the morning, then I will teach in the afternoon, and then I will do concerts at night. So,
Wow,
yeah,
that's
it was
cool.
really good. Yeah,
That does sound a fun time of life.
yeah,
And
it was. But then I decided to come to Portugal because I love this country
yeah, oh, it's
and
beautiful.
the nice weather.
Yeah, it's a bit different to here.
Yeah.
I've only been to Portugal once, and that was last year, and I met you the first time. But yeah, it's beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, and Lisbon is a beautiful city,
Mm,
and next time you've got to come with a bit more time to see a bit more because it's a bit.
yeah, I was a bit of a rush, wasn't I? With that,
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
to get the most expensive Uber ever from Faro to Lisbon as
Oh yeah,
well.
you're crazy. So when you told me that, I thought you were joking.
And I wish I was joking. I think it was like £280 or something. It was ridiculous, but I had to
Yeah.
get there for that night.
You could buy a used car and come to Lisbon.
When you're shooting weddings, are you ever tempted to get up and join the band and play?
Oh, sometimes yeah, sometimes I wish I could.
You should. You
Some,
could branch
yeah,
out. You could be the photographer in the day and then a musician, the wedding band.
yeah. Sometimes the bands are playing, and when it's like a full band, like with bass and all that, I just stay there staring for a while and just thinking, oh, I want to be there.
Oh, yeah.
But now it's easier. But in the beginning, like when I made this transition, uh, it was always like, oh man, why am I not doing that? But the transition was kind of hard because I was a musician all my life, and then all of a sudden I stopped playing, and but now I'm used to it, and
Yeah.
it's okay.
And you're still playing a bit in the winter as well.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I didn't stop completely. So because I'm doing some concerts in the winter, so it's not that bad.
No, that's cool. You should come. You should come the next This Is Reportage Christmas party. You should come over and you can be the band. You can be the music.
Now, can I be the guy who gets drunk?
You can be both. You can do both.
Yeah, I wanted to go this year, but I had some work, so I
Oh,
couldn't make it. But I'm hoping I can make it next year.
oh, that'd be cool. That would be cool. Cool, man. Let's change tack
Yeah.
slightly. What's the first thing that comes to your mind? What makes you happy?
What makes me happy? Oh,
Yeah.
that's a difficult question.
What's the first thing that pops into your mind though when I ask that?
uh, my kids being happy.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
yeah, I mean, yeah, it's probably a bit cliche, but it's what makes me happy. I mean, I work, I work for them, so for them to have everything, to have a nice life. So yeah,
That's
if they're
nice.
happy, then I'm happy. That yeah,
Oh, that's
basically
that's
it.
lovely. How many kids have you got?
I've got two kids with Paula. You've met Paula.
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, one is 10, and the other is 8. And then I've got another son from a previous relationship. He's already 19. He's bigger than me.
Wow. Oh,
Yeah,
really? Wow.
yeah, he's taller than me. So, he's a man.
Wow. Cool. Oh, you didn't look old enough to have a 19-year-old child when I met you at all.
Well, but I'm old. I'm 41.
That's not old. Is your 19-year-old son, is he into music and
No, no, he's starting to, learn a bit about photography and multimedia and all that. So
oh, okay, cool.
maybe he will become a photographer. Yeah.
Yeah, would you like that? I think it's a cool career.
Yeah, yeah, I've talked to him to start helping me out on the editing and all that stuff, and I'm gonna teach him some stuff and see if he likes it, and then
Uh,
if he likes it, he can work with me, yeah, later.
oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
Great. Sounds good plan.
yeah.
Kind of family business. It's all
But
good.
and the other kids, they're too young to decide what they want. But I'd like them to do either music or photography. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Both. Yeah. Both great. And
Yeah.
how do you find the work-life balance, of being a dad and but also being so busy with the photography?
Well, it's been hard. It's been hard. For the past few years, I've been working a lot more than I could.
Mm,
Um, and so this year, me and Paolo, we decided that we're gonna do probably half the weddings we've been doing.
right.
And this is because we need more time. We need more time, with the kids, for us at home.
Mm,
And I've I think I've made some money to buy my house, to buy a car, to all that stuff, and now I don't need that much money
Yeah,
because
that's cool.
most of the stuff I've done it. I've got my house paid, I've got my car paid, I've got the it was expensive, so I've made that money, I've spent that money, and now I just need money to live,
Yeah.
and I need more time than I need money. So
Mm.
and I worked so much last year, and then I started having problems with like psychological problems,
Oh,
panic
really?
attacks, yeah,
Oh, sorry.
anxiety and all that.
Yeah.
And so we've decided we're gonna do less weddings and just have a bit more quality of
Oh,
life.
yeah. That,
Um,
that's the most important thing, isn't it? It's easily the most important thing in life.
yeah, I mean, and the kids are getting older, they're getting bigger, and we hardly see that
Mm.
because we're always working. So that's one thing that I definitely want is to now having a bit more time for the kids
Right. Yeah.
and for us to go, to just to go out, and because from March until December we never go out anywhere. We're just working, working, working.
Yeah.
That's not a nice life. So
No, it isn't.
yeah.
And do you shoot most of your weddings with your wife, Paula? Do you?
Yeah. Well, up to now we've been doing. I've got another team, so we can do two weddings per day.
Oh, cool.
So
Okay.
so so it's four of us, four photographers.
Oh,
So
cool.
until now we've been doing like about 80 weddings a year.
80.
80,
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Um, I shoot about 50 of them.
Wow.
Um, but then I'm the one who edits everything.
Oh,
So
wow.
I've got to edit the 80 weddings. So, it's just crazy.
That's incredible amount. Yeah, that really is.
Yeah. So, that's why we're gonna do less now.
I think that sounds good. And you enjoy this winter period as well. You recharge your batteries. I think you need
Yeah.
to.
Because, during the year, I'm always on the computer editing all year long. So I've got
Yeah,
to
man.
stop a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, you need a break.
Yeah, I do.
What's your, because I don't talk about much on the podcast actually, the kind of technical gear side, but what's your favorite wedding camera or what are you shooting with at the moment?
Okay, so right now I'm shooting with Sony. I switched to Sony last year. I was shooting with Canon from the beginning. Before I was using the Canon 5D Mark IV.
Mhm.
So this year I changed everything to Sony, mainly because I wanted to change to mirrorless systems.
Mm.
So
Which Sony cameras are you using?
so I've got the A3R
Oh, okay,
uh,
cool.
Mark III and sorry, A7R Mark III
Right,
and the A7R.
cool.
Sorry, the A7 III. Sorry,
That's all right.
too many numbers and
Yeah.
letters.
And how's that? Are you happy with the switch?
I'm really happy. I am really happy. I mean, the Sony, just the focus system on the Sony is just great. The high ISOs are just mind blowing. So yeah, I'm really happy.
Yeah, it's so cool, isn't it? I made the switch last year or yeah, beginning of March last year, and yeah, it's just so good.
To
Gonna go
Sony as well.
yeah to Sony. I love the complete silence of it as well. Just
Yeah, yeah, and I can shoot just next to the priest's ears, and he won't hear me. So that's really good.
It is really good, isn't it? Cool, yeah. And do you have a favorite lens or focal length? What do you
Yeah,
shoot?
I shoot mostly all day with just a 35 mil. So
Right, cool.
yeah, that's my favorite lens. I shoot probably about 98% of the wedding with the 35,
Right,
and then I've got a 50 as well. But mostly of the wedding is just a 35.
cool.
Yeah.
Nice, good stuff. You seem to get incredibly intimate captures of your couples, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you go about getting these, and the kind of the building of the trust and
Yeah. So you're talking about the naked brides, right?
well, well, yeah, you do have a few of those, yeah.
Okay. Well, those I do a lot of those, and I think it just happened naturally. When I did my first one like that, I posted it on Facebook and Instagram, and what happens is, other brides who see they see that kind of photos, and they like it, and then they want to do it, because I never ask them to do those kind of photos. It's them who ask me. So the more I publish, the more brides I get who want those kind of photos. Last year I had one bride that came here uh, to book me, and she said that she was booking me mainly because I shoot brides like half naked.
Oh, cool. Well, that's
So,
cool.
they already come to me because of that. So yes, I'll just keep on doing it. So
Yeah, totally. Well, that's great though, isn't it?
yeah,
And it actually makes you quite different as well, because a lot of photographers don't show that kind of imagery.
yeah. Here in Portugal, a lot of photographers already call me the naked bride photographer.
That's a
But
funny nickname.
it's so when they start getting dressed, that's where I would shoot. I would just them getting dressed from the beginning. They would be completely naked. But I would always ask them if there was a problem of me being there, and there was never a problem. So I would just shoot. And now they really want me to be there from the beginning, and from when they're completely naked. So it was just natural. It was
Yeah,
just
that's great.
natural.
It did happen really natural. That's cool. And it's all part of their day, and it's down to different people what they want captured or not, isn't it? It's all a valid, lovely part of their
Yeah, I mean,
day.
there are some brides that don't want that, and
Yeah.
I always ask them, "Do you want me to leave the room?" But there's always one or two maybe that say, "Yeah, I'd prefer if we go out for a bit and then come in," and I'll do that. But most of them just want me to stay in the room and just capture everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's really cool. And in terms of marketing and getting yourself out there, what's been the most effective for you, do you think?
Online. From the
Yeah.
beginning, it was just online. I mean, I don't, I've never done any. Is it fairs that you call it?
Oh yeah, wedding fairs.
Wedding
Yeah.
fairs. Never done anything like that, or publicity on magazines or anything. It was just always online. Just having a good website, good SEO.
Mm.
Um,
Did you know about did you just learn about SEO yourself, or did you get
well,
someone?
I, I before I started into photography, I always I knew how to do websites as well. So
Oh,
I
okay.
was some websites for people as well. So I knew about this business. Um, but SEO at that time was easier.
Right,
Now it's
yeah.
a lot harder. Now it's a lot harder to get ranked on first page now.
Mm.
Um, but I still do it, and that most of my work comes from my website, and
Oh, cool.
now because I've been here for a few years, it's also people talking to each other, and they tell their friends. So yeah,
Sure.
but
Yeah.
mostly online.
Cool. And do you get actually direct inquiries through like Instagram and Facebook?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I used to get a lot from Facebook. Now Facebook is kind of dying. So I get less from Facebook, and I get more from Instagram.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so right now I'm posting more on Instagram as well. I'm still posting on Facebook, but I've noticed that Facebook is kind of dying.
Right.
So
Okay.
I
What
don't
do
know
you
if you've
think?
noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah, it is changing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think the secret of success is on Instagram specifically? Is it posting regularly? Is it just posting really good content? Do you have any specific tips for Instagram?
Well, I'm not like an expert on Instagram,
But your
but
images get so like hundreds of likes though. You do so well on there.
some of them, especially the naked brides. Well, I try to post. I try to post quite often, and I try to do a lot of stories as well. Not just about my work, but also about my personal life.
Okay.
Because I think the brides they also want to see you, like how you are on, just when I have parties at home, I always put a story there, and because they like to see that, they like to see your human side, because
Yeah.
you're human, you're not just a robot
Yeah.
photographer.
Not just a cold business. I think that is so
Yeah.
important to show your
So
personality.
yeah, when I go out with my kids, I like to put stuff of them playing and all that stuff,
Okay. Cool.
because women like to see that and they're more emotional than men. So, and because most of the people who hire us, it's the brides, not the grooms. So
Right. Sure. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, definitely. Cool. Let's change tack again slightly. A totally original question here. Well, not really, but if you're cast away on a desert island, what one album would you take with you?
oh, okay, that's easy.
Is it? Oh, really? Cool. Okay.
Yeah, I will take any Queen album.
Oh, really? Wow, you're a big fan.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Queen, and um, yeah, I'm really a big fan of Queen. I cried so much when Freddie died,
Oh, really?
and yeah, it was because it was like when I started playing bass, because I played drums until I was about 13, and then from 13 I started playing bass,
Right.
and I started playing bass along with Queen songs.
Oh,
Like I
cool.
remember the first song I learned to play on the bass was Another One Bites the
I
Dust.
was gonna say, yeah, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun. Yeah, it's got to
yeah.
be the most famous
That
bit.
was my first song on the bass, and so I
Cool.
just became a huge Queen fan, and yeah, so I'll take a Queen's album, and then I'll take my brother's.
Oh, your
So
brother. Oh, your brother's. Well, that's a good play.
yeah.
Is that David? Is it your brother?
David, yeah, you David.
Oh, okay, cool. That's very cool. Yeah, nice. I need to listen to more Queen. I've never listened to an album. I only know some of the big hits. I need to.
Just buy the best of, and
Yeah, can't go wrong. My mum's actually just started a choir, and they're doing a Queen medley with like Bohemian Rhapsody and things, so she's practicing Queen at the moment, so it's nice to hear.
so she can teach you.
Yeah, she should. No, that's cool. We talked about your watching movies earlier. Do you love Four Weddings and a Funeral?
Uh,
Say you love it.
okay.
You must love it. No?
No, okay. This is gonna sound weird. I don't think I've ever seen Four Weddings and
No,
a Funeral.
really? Oh, Valter, it's
I don't.
so good.
Okay, look, there are some movies that are really famous that I think I've never seen. Like, I've never seen Star Wars.
No. What, any of the Star Wars films?
No, I've never seen Star Wars. I
Wow.
don't know why. Yeah, sci-fi movies, I don't really like it.
Oh, okay.
So I've never seen Star Wars. Four Weddings and a Funeral. If I've seen it, then I can't remember.
Oh,
Because
oh, you would remember. You would remember if you've seen it.
okay. So then I haven't seen it.
It's so good. Oh, I love it. Have you seen Groundhog Day?
Yeah,
Oh,
I saw it years ago, and then I saw it again. It was on Portuguese TV like about 2 weeks ago,
oh, cool.
2 or 3 weeks ago. I saw it again.
It's great, isn't
Uh,
it? Did you like it?
yeah, I do, and I could watch it again.
You should every day.
every day, like I've never seen it before.
Yeah, exactly. Which brings me to a question. If you could choose one day in your life to live over and over again, like Groundhog Day, what day would you choose?
Oh man. Uh, okay, I'm not gonna say my kids getting born, because that's too cliche again. No, I wouldn't choose a day. I would choose like like, go back and to when I was a kid.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, because I really miss being a kid.
Oh, okay.
I'm that guy who doesn't like getting old. It scares me a bit getting old, and it's just when we think about when we were kids, it's just such a good time.
Oh,
So
what
if I
what
had
was
a
your
time machine,
childhood like? What was your childhood like then? It must have been fun, I guess. Must have been
it
good.
was just great. I mean, when I was in Portugal, I was here until 13, and I live in a small village, and it's like we're out all day till 2 a.m. in the morning, just playing around, and just our parents will never know where we were, because that's how you lived in Portugal at that time.
Right.
You were a kid, you could do just anything. You will be playing football from 8 o'clock in the morning till 2 a.m. like non-stop. And then when I went to London, it was just a whole new world.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And it was just so good. Everything was just so good. So it's one time that I would like to go to would be to those years when I was a kid,
That's cool.
because now we're just working and working and working. It's
Yeah.
not as much fun as being a kid.
That's true, isn't it? Having
Yeah.
to decide what to cook every night for meals and
Well,
yeah.
yeah, I don't decide that.
All right.
Not that I don't want to, but because I work a lot, I let Paolo do that.
Yeah. No, that's cool. How old were you when you went to London then?
So I don't know if I was 12 or 13.
Oh, pretty young then.
And yeah, and then I came back when I was 21, I think.
Oh, okay. And when you moved when you were 12 or 13, did you already speak some English?
No, I didn't speak anything. And
Wow.
now I'm speaking English a lot worse, because I just lost it all. When I was there, like for the last few years, I had like a kind of nice accent, but then I stopped speaking English, and then just I'm awful now.
No, you're not. You're great.
Yes, I am.
So
so,
why
so
why
I went there and I couldn't speak anything,
Oh
and
man,
then
scary.
yeah, and then at school, like the kids, they would start throwing papers and rubbers to the teacher, and then she will turn around and they will all say it was me, and I couldn't say anything. I couldn't say no, it wasn't me, because I couldn't say anything in English.
Oh no, that's awful.
So I would always be grounded for that. So.
Why was it a family job or something? You went over to England or?
No, so my dad wanted me. They wanted us to go to England.
Oh, okay.
They wanted us to study music in England. So
Oh,
he went there. He went there first, like for 6 months, to see how it was, if he could find a job there, or for us to go there.
right.
And so he found out that busking was really good.
Oh,
So
cool. Okay.
so he was a busker there for 10 years.
Oh, super. Oh, it's
Yeah.
proper in your blood, music then,
Yeah.
proper.
So
Yeah.
he was him and my mom as well. My mom was a busker with him.
Oh, cool. Wow, that's really interesting. What were they playing? Were they?
Accordion, and my mom would play tambourine. That's
Oh,
all she
right.
would play.
Right.
um, yeah. So then, when he found out that you could make good money busking, then we went over, and we stayed there studying. And when I went to university, they came back to Portugal, and then we came back a couple of years later.
Oh, okay, cool. Wow, that's quite a story. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, well, he just wanted us to study music in London, because it was better there, and it was. I mean, our school was great, and so it was a good choice
Oh,
that they made. Yeah.
that's cool, man. That's very cool. Let's get. I want to talk about one of your specific reportage awards, which really makes me smile, and it's the one of the bride, which looks like she's giving someone, the finger, as for a better phrase,
Oh,
with,
yeah.
with a wedding cake. What was going on there? I love that image.
Okay. Well, so basically, she was waiting for the groom to come to the cake.
Oh yeah,
That cake ceremony was about to start, the cutting of the cake. So basically, she was waiting for the groom to come to cut the cake. And while she was there on her own, I don't know what it was, but someone, a friend or someone, just told her something like, or he wasn't coming or something like that, or he just gave up or something like that.
Yeah.
And she just, made the finger. and that, and to get that, that's why I say we can never look down or put the camera down. It's like the camera is always ready, and I could be waiting for the groom as well because nothing was happening, but something is going to happen. Always happens. Something always happens. So it happened, and I got it. So
Well, that's cool. It's because you were ready for it, as you say. You were ready.
Yeah, you have to be ready for it. And
I love how she's kind of hiding the fact she's giving someone the finger as well.
Yeah, and it was really quick as well. That was like, half a second that she did that. And she was hiding it, because, her parents are not supposed to see that.
I love it because it's almost the antithesis of the traditional wedding photo, I love it. And it's real. It's real life. It's awesome. Does that bride know that it's an award-winning image? Do you know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
they're always really proud of the awards, no matter what they're doing.
That's very cool. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
I love it. It's awesome.
And sometimes when stuff like that happens, like we put it on an album, like the printed album, and then they want to get it out. But then when they see that we've won an award, they want to put it in again. So.
That's funny. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. It's so cool. And you spoke there about always being ready. I think that's so important. What other kind of tips would you be able to give to, people who want to get better at the documentary side of wedding photography?
Well, I mean, the main one is just walk around a lot. I will walk around a lot. When nothing's happening, I just keep walking. I walk so much, like looking for stuff. And that's also why I don't use zoom lenses, because having a lens without zoom makes me walk a lot more. And from when I'm getting from point one to point B, I might see something there in between. So yeah, just be walking a lot, looking at everyone, and there's always stuff happening that you don't usually see. And the other thing is, for you to be able to do that and to have energy to do that all day, you've got to sleep well the night before. Right. I mean, I noticed that when I go to a wedding really tired, that I didn't get much sleep. I noticed that, I miss a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So how many hours sleep do you need?
Something happened. I need 24. Well, at least 8 hours.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, but I don't always get that. I mean, I've done weddings where I slept like for 3 hours, and with 3 hours, I'm at the wedding. I'm like a zombie. And then I don't walk so much. I don't go in search for stuff because I'm too tired. So it's essential for you to be not tired.
Well rested. I think that's good advice.
Yeah, because I noticed that on me. I noticed that I'm not capable of doing my job 100% when I'm tired. So
yeah. And do you always have a second shooter with you? Do you ever shoot solo? Is it important for you to have a second? Does that help you? Yeah.
Yeah, always. I always have a second shooter. I don't shoot without the second shooter. Never, ever.
Well, why for you specifically?
Okay, because I can also be a lot more free to do other stuff and to do more creative stuff. Like if the groom is coming down the aisle, I can put another shooter shooting the basic stuff, and I can just be looking for other stuff, like looking for someone crying and stuff like that. So there are moments that we need to get that safe shot. You need to get
Yeah.
that safe shot, like from the front, nicely composed, and at the same time, I want a more creative shot of that moment. So I need two shooters. So that's why I always shoot with the second shooter.
Cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds definitely good reasons. Let's change tack again slightly, Valter. What are you afraid of?
Uh,
Or you could be afraid of nothing. That's okay.
oh, okay. No, I was thinking of more stuff related with photography, but no, I'm afraid of cats.
No, really?
Yeah, I really have like it's not just afraid; it's a phobia. Is it phobia? They say
Yeah,
phobia.
phobia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
wow,
The
proper
cats
phobia of cats.
proper phobia. Yeah. Um,
What's the technical name for
right
that?
now, I'm I I used to know, but because I don't like to search stuff about cats, I don't know anymore. But I'm getting a bit better now. But like 2 years ago, for example, I couldn't even see a cat on TV or a picture of a cat. I wouldn't look at it because I would be afraid.
Oh wow, wow, that's a proper fear.
Yeah, and
Did
well,
something specifically happen to you, maybe to do with a cat that's made that happen? Do you know? Or
really, I don't know why this happened, and it happened like it was about 10 years ago, probably, that it happened. But before that, I had cats, so I don't know what happened.
oh,
Uh, and it's funny when I go into the bride's rooms and when they have cats, the first thing we do is for them to lock the cats out. I always explain to the bride that if they have cats, I can't be in the room with the cats because
wow,
I just won't be able to shoot. I'm always just looking back. Where's the cat? Where's the cat? So,
wow, man.
but I'm getting a bit better. I'm getting a bit better, but I just can't be too close to them.
Okay, wow. So you don't
Like,
waste
that.
time. You don't waste time on the internet by looking at cat videos then.
Oh, no, no. I usually, that there are some people just keep sharing things about cats, videos about cats, pictures about cats,
Mm.
and those people, I just block them. I don't see any more of them.
Oh man, after
Sure.
this podcast goes out, you're gonna have all your like friends like sending you little cat videos on messages and things probably.
I'll just block them.
Oh man, that's funny. That is funny.
I did
Okay.
that to one friend of mine. He did that, and I just blocked them anyway. So
Oh, it's funny. Okay, cool. Can you tell me something that you're really, really bad at?
really bad at.
Yeah.
Well, Paula says that I'm really bad at cooking.
Oh, really?
That's why she doesn't let me cook,
Okay.
because I cooked once, just once. I've been with her for 13 years, and I only cooked once, and she didn't eat. So,
Oh, okay.
so I think I'm really bad at cooking.
Okay.
What else? I don't know, just dealing with cats.
That's funny. Yeah. You spoke at, was it Inspiration Conference last year, I think, was it?
Yeah, yeah. It
Um,
was. It was in the beginning of. No, it was the end of last year. Yeah,
and
inspiration.
cool. How was that for you? Did you enjoy it?
Oh man, that was just like it was one of the worst days of my life. I
Oh
mean, it
no.
was one of the best days of my life, but it was one of the worst days of my life because I was just so nervous,
Right,
but
yeah.
so nervous, and I was just taking on pills to be able to speak.
Oh
Uh,
really? Wow.
yeah, like Chanax. I don't know if it's Chanax
Oh
too.
yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Just to calm me down, and I couldn't calm down. And those 3 days that I was there for the conference, like other people, other photographers were talking, and I would never hear anything. I was just just afraid of going in, just playing stage.
Oh yeah.
Um, but in the end. I got up. It was good. It went really well. So the feedback I got was really good. But it was really hard for me to just to go up there and talk, because it's so new to me. I haven't been doing this for a long time, so it's all new. And then to put me there talking to other photographers, to other good photographers that were there, it was just nerve wracking. It was awful.
Man, I totally understand that. I'm getting sympathy nerves for the past now. I'm getting nervous thinking about you doing it back then. I get really nervous about talking, speaking of things. It's a horrible feeling.
And I don't think. Well, we never know what's going to happen tomorrow. But I don't think I would want to do it again, because I suffered so much for that. I don't want to suffer anymore.
Oh, I get that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And you know that Elena Aralabaki. She was on the podcast as well. She was there as well, and she was so nervous, and I was so nervous, and then I was giving her pills as well.
Oh, that's funny.
But in the end, it was good, and I really wanted to do it, it was just nerve-wracking before. So.
Oh yeah, I totally get it. It's a big deal to do that kind of thing. It really is.
It is, because people are they are expecting to hear from you, to hear good stuff from you, and they look up to you, and it's a big responsibility. And then I'm always afraid of saying things that we might not like this, or we might not like that. But it was a good experience.
Oh, that's cool. Good. I'm glad it went well in the end. That's good. Anyway.
Yeah, it went well. So
that's
cool.
Cool.
I've got a standing ovation, so that was good.
Wow. Well, that's better than just wow. That's brilliant, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
Very cool. Have you made any really memorable mistakes in your weddings at all, ever?
Well, not memorable mistakes, but I've done some mistakes, but not really huge ones.
That's good.
No, not that I can remember.
Nope, that's cool, man. That's good. Good.
Yeah, no, I can't remember any.
Do you think about the future? Whether you'll be shooting weddings in 10 years' time?
Maybe in 10 years' time, maybe I'll be shooting weddings. More than that, I don't know. Probably my kids will be shooting weddings, and I'll be just here taking the money.
Yes, that's good. That's a good plan.
No, because it's a really hard work shooting your wedding on a wedding day, especially if you don't stop. I don't stop. I'm always running from one place to another. I just, I want to just find that image, and it's like playing football. They're always running, and I'm always running at the wedding. I never stop. So I don't think that in more than 10 years' time I'll have the strength to do that. So I'm going to start preparing my kids to for them to shoot, and then I can just stay here and do some editing, and just running the business in editing. And
that actually sounds a really good plan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't imagine myself in 20 years shooting. In 20 years I'll be 60. Who wants a 60-year-old like like a Portuguese 60-year-old is old. It's not like the English or the people from the north, like Denmark and Sweden. They always look good. Portuguese people with 60, they look like shit.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yes, I shouldn't have said that.
I'm definitely keeping that bit in. That's good.
Okay.
Oh man, that's funny. Okay, that's funny. I think we've just got time just for one last question. It's been so good, man. Okay, so last question. Do you eat the canapes?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, good.
Definitely.
Do Do you have a technique for doing it, or do you just go straight in?
Oh, no technique. I'll just put the camera down and start eating.
That's good, man. You don't need a special technique. Just do it.
No. I'll just stay there, like in front of everyone, just eating. I've got to eat.
It is important to eat.
Yeah, I'm human. I've got to eat. So if someone comes up to me and says I can't eat the canapes, I'll either call the bride and groom or I'll just leave. I'll leave the wedding. I'll go to Pizza Hut. I need to eat.
Oh man, that's cool. Oh man, Valter, honestly, thank you so much. That was awesome.
That was okay.
That was brilliant. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think you gave some great insights and great tips and just really interesting backstories about you and your life. I loved it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alan. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, it's my honor to have you on here.
I'll see you soon. Come to Lisbon.
Oh, I would love to come again. Yeah, I would love to. And you come to London to the TIR party.
I will definitely do that this year. If I'm not working, I will definitely go. Yeah.
Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah, that'd be so cool, man. Oh man, awesome. Thanks again. That was just brilliant.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye, dude. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to the 21st episode of This Reportage Podcast. Love talking to Valter. So interesting. Hope you enjoyed listening. Head to thisisreportage.com to see more of his work, including the specific reportage award that Valter discusses in the episode. And if you enjoyed the podcast today, you can subscribe to our show on iTunes to be notified when each new weekly episode is ready, bringing you advice, tips and backstories from some of the world's best photographers each week. And if you have a few minutes to give us a review, that would be massively appreciated. Each review increases the chance of these fab people getting heard by more and more listeners. And if you're not yet a member of This Reportage, check out all the benefits of joining us, including an unlimited number of images on your profile, 60 Reportage Award and 18 Story Award entries per year, invites to our physical meetups and parties, exclusive discounts and more. No poses, nothing staged. This is Reportage. And this is bye for now.